Joining us now in the studio is Jack O'Grady, the U.S. representative for Intelmatique. Jack, you've got the Minitel, and we can see why it's called Minitel over there. And first of all, let's open it up and see what that little terminal looks like, because it's an awfully cute little piece of hardware there. And we're already online with Paris, with the system in France, and I've asked you to show us how you actually do automobile shopping through the classifieds, and explain what you've got there.
In this one, I'm comparing two new cars, a Mercedes, which I've already selected. Now I'm going to compare that with a Jaguar.
Oh, good.
And also the model number.
Okay, so we'll pick a Jag Sovereign 3.6, let's say.
2. Now, you'll get a comparison which will help you buy one.
Okay, and...
Oh, look at that.
And a numeric and a graphic display.
There's your graphic display and a number.
Okay, comparing a lot of the different features of those two cars.
Right. Now, the French government give these away. A lot of us over here in the computer industry think that's just a lot of socialist pap. It's probably more than that, Jack.
Well, they're not given away. They're loaned in the same manner in which AT&T created a telephone market by giving handsets to people who became clients.
So you lease the terminal as you would lease a phone here? Is that the idea?
If you want more than one, you have to lease them. And the telephone company is getting over $2 million a year in leases.
Why should they give you or let you use a terminal free?
It cuts down on the paper directories, which you have to agree to forego. And it's eventually going to cut down in the number of manual operators that you have servicing information.
So a fellow gets this, he doesn't get any more, he does all his directory lookup using this then?
Yes, every telephone number in France is on the electronic database.
How long do they feel it takes before this pays off over directories?
They feel that it's already beginning to pay off. They projected that the investment in terminals would take 5 years to pay off. They think it's paid off in 4.5.
Could you get us into something else on the system there, Jack?
One of the popular services over there, the newspaper services like Le Monde, which is the largest newspaper in France.
This is an online database then to Le Monde, one of the biggest newspapers in France.
And they update this every 2 hours. You know you're getting your news fresh.
So you can read the full paper online. Are people, in fact, doing that?
Oh, absolutely. And in addition to that, all of the services, newspaper services, offer you classified ads, horoscopes, games.
So you get the full paper, not just the news story.
If I'm interested in financial stuff, can I ask it to track? Can I do full text searches on things like?
Yes, it'll give you, it has a Bourse
So this is an awful lot like a lot of the online services here that these independent companies offer then?
Very much so. All of them exist.
And now this is offered through the phone company there in France?
Yes.
I see. Well, this terminal makes a lot of sense, Stewart.
It sure does, and as you were pointing out earlier, George, this really standardizes the system. Everybody going on the system has to adhere to the Minitel standards. It makes it easy to use.
Absolutely user-friendly.
Everybody's got the same terminal. Thank you very much. We're going to be back next week with part 2 of our look at not U.S., but in general online databases and online services. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with this week's Computer News.